pardon me, my phone is caked in blood and I am fairly, inebriated. 3 sheets to the wind, if you will. And yet, I can still articulate myself, among other things, for the most part. Yeah, this is social engineering jargon. This is propaganda. This is fucking nonsense. This is... How many other ways should I fucking put it? But apparently these days people need you to spell it out, hold their hand, walk them through it, which is why so many people have been walked down the primrose path to begin with. What I'm getting at is why so many people have been led astray. Because they're not willing to think for themselves. They've been trained to assume, to believe, to willfully abide by what other people have set in motion. It's what you see. I'm going to leave this on here. What the fuck do I know? Have yourself a listen. And the first couple words out of this guy's mouth.
This is now a multipolar world. If you look at why so many countries are going to China, are joining BRICS, are leaving the Western influence, it's because of the resentment that this kind of mentality...
You don't need to hear more of this, but I'll play the rest of it in a second. Reality is set on a preset, or keep in mind, I'm still terribly inebriated. I just got home, I just traveled across town, I just drank a bunch of fucking beer. Shouldn't have done a lot of things I did tonight based on what I've been going through, but that's what I did. Coping mechanisms, human flaws, blah, 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 blah. Back to point. Reality has a preset mode or set of parameters that define it. It's how it fucking works. So when you hear shit like this...
This is now a multipolar world.
That's garbage. Anytime you hear somebody just shitting out something along those lines, trying to redefine what defines reality, they are in fact lying to you. It is in fact horseshit. It is, by all rights, fucking propaganda. And this is what people have taken to repeating in so many goddamn examples. I don't know. Like I said, I've already been drinking, I'm drunk, I'm blah, 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 blah. If you think for yourself, you should be able to recognize bullshit when it's bullshit. It should stink like fucking bullshit, metaphorically speaking. But most people do not have eyes to see. Once more, just hear this out.
This is now a multipolar world. If you look at why so many countries are going to China, are joining BRICS, are leaving the Western influence, it's because of the resentment that this kind of mentality is spawning. What do you think the world is going to do as they watch the United States continuously assert its unilateral and single right to start wars against other countries who are not attacking us, because we have been told over and over since birth that our country is the shining beacon on the hill, that we are the emblem of democracy, that it's only other countries, those...
Let's drive another point home, because this guy is shopping around propaganda, and he is really gung-ho to do so. If you knew what you were talking about, you could look this up, crudely speaking. Keep in mind, you're going to have to connect the dots, because Google's no longer a tool of... it's no longer a search engine, it's a tool of propaganda. What I mean by this is, the Republic fell during the Civil War and was finalized in 1871. I'll repeat that in case you're exceptionally fucking stupid. The Republic fell during the Civil War and was finalized in 1871. What took place in 1871, motherfucker? How many people have heard me say this many, many times before? Can you finish this sentence? Can you answer this question? 1871. What took place? What was significant here in the States? Anybody? Keep in mind, I'm eating some chewy mango. You brain dead fucks. Which is why this shit has legs. In 1871, our masters knocked out something called the Organic Act. The Organic Act created the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia turned America into a corporation in all capital letters. This was by design. This was the corruption of all things that otherwise would have benefited us, but effectively sealed the deal, sealed the coffin, punctuated what was for the people, by the people, the Republic. Again, the Republic fell during the Civil War and was finalized in 1871. You bunch of brain dead, fucking dumb, fucking cunts. I need to say shit like that because most people aren't challenging people. In other words, you could listen to this and you would buy into it.
Assert its unilateral and singular right to start wars against other countries who are not attacking us because
countries are corporations. There's an oligarchy afoot. This is the China talk, or this is TikTok, the China app. And it just so happens to use the same wording, if you're being censored, as the American applications, the apps, respectively, because these things are all being manipulated. They're all being moderated by a third party, a greater interest, something you and I are not supposed to be aware of. Keep in mind, I got some mango in my teeth. What am I driving at? Because most of you haven't experienced this. Challenge the official narrative, what I call the official narrative. Challenge what most fucking superficial, phony as fuck kids are shopping around, and you will be censored. And when you are censored, let's say on Instagram and TikTok. Instagram's supposed to be LifeLog 2.0. I mean, Instagram's supposed to be an American application. Instagram, technically is an extension of Facebook, which means it is LifeLog 2.0. You and I are cataloging, profiling ourselves in a number of ways that most people haven't fucking realized. They haven't appreciated. They do not understand. Because you and I are surrounded by superficial, phony as fuck, fucking fill in the fucking fucks. It's a goddamn shit show, which is why it's a goddamn shit show. But Instagram, if you are in fact censored, will use the word harsh. That might not mean anything to most of you. But if you are censored on fucking China talk, on fucking China's fucking TikTok, it will also use the word harsh. What a fucking coincidence. What do you think the odds are of that? Why would that be? For these two superpowers who are supposedly trying to stand out and be better than the other, what do you think the likelihood would be of them using the same fucking wording verbatim? Challenge what I just said. Prove what I just said doesn't hold water. This applies to the greater things that I could teach you. Keep in mind, again, just for the sake of transparency, I am drunk right now. I drank 4 Rasputins tonight because I had a night. Been dog sitting and been doing a bunch of other shit, and I caved into my vices, crudely speaking. Did a lot of fucking shitty skateboarding, some of which was kind of shoddy towards the end, but I did not eat shit. And I'm still trying to help you guys, but most people don't understand how fucking far gone things are and how they're catering to the fucking horse shit, which is why I leave things like this online. I'm trying to drive the point home that I'm not trying to take you for a fucking ride. It would be very easy to take you for a ride. If I was trying to take you for a ride, I'd tell you all about how great Robert Grant is. Robert Edward Grant, or whatever the fuck his name is. You know, the guy who worked for Big Pharma. I tell you how great fucking... I mean, I could keep this going. I shouldn't have to do this. Shouldn't have to rattle this shit off. I could tell you about Billy Carson. I could tell you about how Thoth was an Atlantean. And all the fucking retards who repeat that shit. Tell you all about the fucking Tartarians and the mud flood. Tell you a bunch of wishy-washy fucking adult fairy tales in place to distract you, to eat your time and energy, to consume your time and energy, to fuck you and I up. But as always, what the fuck do I know? pardon me, my phone is caked in blood and I am fairly, inebriated. 3 sheets to the